All right, this already turns on. So let's see, what's wrong with this machine? What could this be here for today? No light on the screen. Let's see, do we get a picture? So first thing to do here is see if we get a picture. So I'm going to do that by measuring the LCD connector at pins 28, 29, and 30. Let's see if we get 5 volts. And there's no 5 volts at the LCD connector. So let's see if it's being told to turn on. So the LCD enable line is going to be pin 1 on U9000, which is 0.002 volts. So 5 volts in and obviously 0 volts out. Okay, so why is the LCD not being told to turn on here? What if I press on the board? Do we have GPU vcore? That's something to check for. So let's open up the schematic and see if we've got GPU vcore. All right, I want to see if my GPU vcore is present. So that's going to be... And I get nothing. I have no picture on the screen, and I measured to see if there was voltage going to the screen on the chip called U9000. So this is the page for the LCD panel. This is the LCD connector. Now the LCD panel needs to get 5 volts on right over here, PP5E whatever, on pins 28, 29, and 30 to turn on, and I measured 0 volts there. U9000, when turned on, when LCD power enable is going to its on pin, will allow PP5V, which is the 5 volt rail, to flow to V out, pins 4 and 5. This is a buck controller for creating PP vcore SO graphics reg. U8900, which is located right over here. What we're going to do is we're going to use my micro pencil with the T30-KN tip, and I'm going to surround this with some flux. And now I'm going to run through and add some nice new leaded solder over here. Make sure that I get each individual pin of the QFN package. We slide right through. Now I'm going to add a little bit more flux to the general area. And just in case anything else other than that was our problem. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this entire area a localized reflow. So in addition to redoing the solder on the QFN, it's going to get anything else in that area that may have been bent or seen some impact. Now we're going to give it a moment to dry. Exposure's a little too high there. Damn, that's way too much exposure. Come on, turn down. I haven't seen that much exposure since Vice offered me a TV contract. So now I'm gonna get the multimeter back on, and we're gonna see if we get GPU vcore. I'm gonna plug in the screen, and we'll see if we get a light, a picture, all that good stuff. All right, we're gonna plug it in. We got our moment of truth. Do we have a picture, a backlight, and GPU vcore? Okay, as can be seen here, we have 0.889 volts of GPU vcore. I haven't light. There's a light on the screen, and in a minute, you're going to be able to see a question mark. And once we see the question mark, we'll be set. Ta-da! Question mark folder. So that is how we fixed the signature problem with no video on the 2012 and 2013 15-inch Retina Macbook Pros. Before I finish for the day, I just want to explain why it is I find this program that Apple has to be particularly detestable. So if we were to look at this page, this program ends on December 31st, 2016. They call it a repair extension program, and they also say they've determined that a small percentage of systems may exhibit. And if you Google search on the internet, ain't a small percentage. It's a lot of people. And the issue that I have with this is that there was no effort made to email people, to reach out to people that had this issue that registered their machines. There was no effort made to put this on the front page of the website so that people knew, hey, December 31st is coming. Don't you want to make sure if you have this machine that you can get the board fixed before the extended warranty is up? No. Most people who come here have no idea that this program ever existed. And frankly, if you don't Google, you got a lot of digging to do on Apple's website to ever figure out that this was an issue. Unlike most manufacturers that when they have some type of serious issue with their products, will make sure to put it on the news section of their website or release some type of service bulletin that everybody can see, Apple kind of digs it really deep in their website. And it's my opinion, and I could be wrong, and I use the word opinion very carefully because I know that Kilpatrick and Townsend said last year that they watch my channel and they're fans. So just in case any one of my favorite fans are watching my channel today, I just want to make sure that I use the word opinion so that you can't do any funny business. But it is my opinion that Apple does not want people with these problems going to the store to get these boards fixed. Apple doesn't want their tech support queue filled up with their own problems that they are responsible for, and they just want you to buy a new one. They're just hoping that you're going to forget about this and that it's going to fail outside the warranty period, and then they can do the bare minimum required to not get sued and get away with it. And often, sadly, they succeed. And to me, in my opinion, that's a fairly shitty thing to do to people that spend $3,000 or $4,000 in your product when they could have spent $1,000 or $2,000 in someone else's. They're not going to tell you when there's a flaw, but if you stay subscribed to this channel, you'll get to learn every single signature flaw as we figure them out. And we will figure them out. And if you want to find out where it is you can learn more, you can check out our forum over here, where we are regularly walking people through all of these different types of problems. This is free to view and $29 a month to post. So if you have a business and you're doing any type of MacBook component level board repair and you're just starting to make money at it, but you're kind of getting confused with some of your problems, we are not to go on an ego trip, but we're pretty good at this. We will figure out over the internet what's wrong with your board. We'll tell you what to measure. We'll tell you where the corrosion is. And very often, people who follow our advice will end up with fixed motherboards. And if you don't do this as a business and you're just kind of curious, you can check it out. It's free to look at, and it's always free to watch the videos in this channel. We will demonstrate from start to finish, just like we did today, how you can diagnose these issues, how you can figure out that your issue matches the one in the video, and how you can repair the problem without any type of fancy schmancy editing out all the good stuff so that you don't know what to do. I really hope that people who watch this channel and who read the forum are able to make these broken products work again. I really hope that you go out there and find all of these A1398, 2012, and 2013 machines that are sitting in landfills, recycling centers, e-waste facilities, or just in somebody's night table drawer, that they're this close to throwing away, and that you make them work again so that somebody else could be happy using it. That's the point of this channel, and I really like seeing in the comments when people say, hey, I had this exact same problem, and now I fixed it. That's awesome, and I want to see more of that. So find these machines, make them work again, make the video come on again, and let me know how it went. Thanks for watching, and as always, I hope you learned something.